Hey everyone, thought I'd make a video just to say what's going on in my life, I kind of realized like some time ago that YouTube does make a great way to stay in touch with everybody that I talk to, and as well as make new friends along the way. But yeah, some of these videos, it's just kind of like if you're one of my friends and you give a fuck about what's going on in my life, I make these videos for you. Because, I feel like I have a lot of great things I could be doing, but I'm just kind of stuck here, and I feel like I kind of like sharing. Like you shouldn't always tell people your plans, but sometimes I share some of my plans because I hope people will, what you call, support me in prayer for one thing, right? So wish with me that we make it come true if it's a good plan. And but sometimes you don't want to tell people your plans because they also curse your plans and say, "Oh, you can't do that." But sometimes you shouldn't tell people your plans and build expectations and all this type of thing. But so I've been telling people for years I really like to do music and take it to a higher level. And some people tell me, well, if you want to do it so much, you should be doing it by now. And you get all these type of comments like, if you wanted it, you'd have it by now, and you could have this by now, and you could have that by now, and da 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 da. And it's so annoying when people tell me stuff like that because I feel like, I've been hung up. I keep running into snags. But something I've had to accept that it's not speed, it's timing. Sometimes I think in the way of art, the kind of art I'm into is not just uh, a wall hanging. I don't just want to make a wall hanging. I feel like my music plans are to be on time for something. That must be what it is. So, because a lot of my favorite artists, they were in their late teens and early 20s when they got going with their careers and stuff. And I look at people like that and make me feel like it's never going to happen. But then there's other people that are like myself and take a long time getting around to it. But anyways, I'm stuck here at this house right now, and I've been waiting a long time to have the space I need to start my projects. And so, well, now I finally have the space I need, but I don't really know if I get to keep it. So I moved up here in 2009 to take care of my friend Rosie, and we've had to move around a few times, and then we moved here to live with Gary. Let me see. She moved here 2014. I was in Denver for a few months, and then I came back and I joined these guys here, and we were just gonna like try to get a bigger place. And so I was having to stay in the attic and wait and wait and wait, and I've been keeping my things in boxes and just waiting to move someplace where I can finally unpack and make myself at home. So, um, well, before we could do all that, those guys got their COVID shot, and then 2 years later they died of cancer. So I don't know if that helped finish them off or whatever, if they were just going to get cancer. I don't know what was going to happen to them, but it was just sort of like, okay, we're done. So got a lot of valuable experience, of course. So I've made a lot of videos talking about me and Rosie and all that stuff already. But anyways, here's the deal. Like when when Gary died, I went with Rosie over to the rental office and let them know I'm like her what you call power of attorney. So I would be paying the rent and looking out for her and stuff. So I believe like when they so the old man was living here for a really long time, and the person that owns the house is really old, so he had to get a rental company to take care of the property for him because he just needs somebody to take care of the business end of it, right? So anyways, they came over and made these guys sign a lease, and they're talking about, they really want to upgrade the house, get more money. And so that's been kind of my issue, is I feel like they've just been waiting for Rosie and Gary to finish up. Like, they have enough compassion to wait and leave us alone. But I feel like as soon as I let them know that Rosie died, they're going to want to, get in here, upgrade the house, and then raise the rent. So then I'll have to sign a lease paying a lot more money in rent, which could be fine with me. But what I'm trying to do to get ready for them is just like make sure I get all my stuff out of the way. And since it's wintertime, I'm just not in a hurry. But I'm really hoping, what I was hoping to do this last year or last spring, and I'm going to try to do this again this spring. So my intention is to try to get this house ready so that if they want to, they can come in, because it needs everything. I really don't like it the way it is. I want the carpet out. I can't use the oven. The refrigerator is okay. I just had to defrost it, but it grows this big thing of ice in it. So it's okay, but it's like I'm just kind of like getting by over here. Like I'm kind of living under the radar. I'm just getting by, and I'm really just waiting to go somewhere. And so I don't really want to start anything yet. So what I've been doing is, YouTube is one of my projects as far as I'm concerned. This is one of my projects here. So this is what I'm limiting myself to. I'm going really minimal on everything else as just far as my projects go. Like my training, try not to overdo anything. So what I'm really trying to do is save, save, save. And here's what I really wanted to do is I wanted to buy a newer vehicle and get set up a small business so I could make money taking people from the airport to the ski resort this winter, and then in summertime we pick them up and just like a taxi shuttle type of thing, because I could actually make a lot more money doing that than what I'm doing now. So anyways, I lucked out a little bit. I've mentioned that I've been working at the ice cream shop and I work for a pizza shop, so it works out really great, because like the ice cream shop, it's all teenagers, like, and they can't be there during the day, so I get the store to myself, which is probably the main reason it works out. I really like their little shop, like their food, their ice cream, their product. So I mean, I'm happy to promote their product and all that stuff, but like that's not something I'm going to be able to do forever and ever. Like, I don't really fit in there. I really feel like the owner really had to settle for less when she hired me, but then she was surprised how well I was working out because I've been taking good care of her store. So she actually gave me a raise, but she doesn't want to give me a supervisor position. I feel like she's giving me excuses like I don't have experience with teenagers and I don't have experience with this and that and I don't know customer service or whatever. And it's like she doesn't really know all this about me, but I feel like it's more that I don't really fit in with her type. I'm just not her type, and I'm not the kind of person she would want, to be closely involved with. So it really has nothing to do with my skill set. Otherwise, it's a great opportunity, and I'm probably able to work there until next summer, and then I might have to move on. We'll see. So, I mean, it could go either, or I might change her mind. I might be able to bring some magic into her life and change her mind. And then the pizza shop is a good gig. I used to work there 5 years ago for a little while, but the people running it were a couple of assholes, and I had to quit working there. And I came back looking for some work, and I was just like really dreading it. But the guy that's the manager now remembered me. Like he was kind of new there when I left, and he remembered me in a good way. And so he's there, and there's another guy that I got along really, really good. So these guys are like maybe 20s and 30s, these are like, I guess they're pot smokers and trippers, just kind of, punk kids, but they do a really great job with the food. I mean, they run the shop really well, and there's no drama there because there's no one power tripping. These guys have a type of street wisdom or something. So like, I don't run into any problems there, but when I was with the ice cream shop, I've run into a few problems with kind of getting a condescending attitude from the teenagers, and that's why I've had to go to the manager and be like, you got teenagers in here talking down to me like I'm beneath them. I don't understand this. I feel like I was trying to get some empowerment from them. Like maybe you should let them know I'm the person they should be learning from. Like I'm not they're not I'm they're not the people I should be learning from. I'm the person they should be learning from. And I say that because when I come to work, I see all the stuff they don't know because I pretty much have to do what they can't do and stuff like that. And it's like, I'd love to educate them, but, maybe they're not interested. But if you're going to be selling a product, the number one rule is you got to take care of that product, until somebody can come and buy it. Whether it's your food, you keep your food fresh. And if it's t-shirts and stuff, you got to keep people from coming in. And we got all these t-shirts hanging up with ice cream finger marks on them, right? Anyways, I've been working for like 30 years of my life, and most of it's been retail and food handling, cash handling, and stuff like that. And it's like, at my age, I should own my own business now. I should be married. I should have my own house, blah, 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 blah. But I've just been like, just having a really hard time honing in exactly where I should be applying myself to make that money, because it's like, I really wanted to spend time on is just being able to make music. And so, like the saying goes, keep your day job. Well, something you really got to plan on is having an income coming from somewhere. So when you set out to make an income, like me going out to work these jobs, I'm really just doing it to make a paycheck. I don't mind doing the work I'm doing. So like if I have to go out and make a paycheck, I try to pick something that I think I'm good at and something that I enjoy. So which I've gone and done. So I actually got myself set up in a better work situation than I've had in a very long time at many other jobs, because I've worked for Subway, Jimmy John's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut. And they've been okay, but I feel like right now is the best setup. Like it hasn't been as fun and peaceful as it has been. And before this, for a couple of years, I was driving shuttle for Aero Shuttle mostly. And then I tried a couple other taxi companies that sucked. And then, and so it made me realize I should be, I should create my own driving business. I've been thinking about this since I left Denver. Anyways, and I felt like this was the training I needed. So I was thinking I should get this new vehicle on the road and I should go out and make some real money and be my own business owner for once, and don't have a boss above me. So my boss is my client, and I find that I have great rapport with the customers, Most of the time I feel like it goes really well, and I get a lot of positive feedback about, my ability to drive in the bad weather and stuff like that. The customers will tell me, the riders will tell me that they're glad they didn't have to drive in this weather, and they feel like they can trust me and certain just stuff like that. I feel like this is what I should be doing, as far as needing to make money. I enjoy driving the people around, and I have a lot of fun talking to people. It's very educational. I feel like I get so much insight from different people. Here in the valley, if you work in the airport a lot, you meet a lot of people that have got money, and I don't like going around people that think they're high class and they're all snooty and stuff, but like I'm really impressed by people who have money and they're fucking cool. They don't act like their shit don't stink, and we can have a good conversation, So I've met a lot of really intelligent people that are making a good living that aren't stuck up assholes. And that's what I hear a lot of people say when they come, because they come here to ski in Whitefish, is they've been to a lot of different ski resorts, and a lot of them are too uppity, they're expensive, they're highfalutin, and so they come here to Whitefish, and I'm thinking, these people got money, and they, this is a nice place, and they're saying it's actually more affordable than the other places, and it's more, down to earth, so there's a kind of people who are making good money out here that just want to be down to earth. And those are the kind of people that like to come here to Montana. And I'm like, there's so many things I like about Montana and all that, I'm trying to like make a home base here. And I was thinking if I could get that rolling, then I could start to invite people who I like enough. Like I have a certain friend down in Denver, he's a taxi driver. I was trying to invite him here to be a limo driver with me. Maybe he could be my partner, so when I'm asleep somebody's always driving, something like this. Create an opportunity, because this is a good place to be. But my problem is I don't really have any friends now that Rosie and Gary died. Those were like the people who support me, and I do know like several people up here, they like me, they're happy to see me, but like these aren't people I can move in with and create a support system with and stuff like that. So that's where I'm kind of teetering on just saving my money and going to Denver and just starting from there, because I've been invited, thankfully, by a good friend of mine that I've known since 96 or 97, my friend Chris Smith. My brother from a different mother, you know what I'm saying? So like, I have a safe place to go right now. If I can get my shit together and get to Denver, like, it's like I have a place to land. So I've just got so much shit to get together, though I still have 4 storage units to consolidate and eliminate and sort out, because I have a lot of books now. I have a lot of good books for spirituality and stuff like that, and I got a lot of good stuff that I need to look through, and I don't want to just drag it to Denver. I want to organize it first and make sure I shut off everything I don't need first. So that's what I'm trying to do, And so that's where I feel like, I'm still kind of in limbo. And so this is where, I was talking about how like the whole world feels a little bit threatened by the stuff we're getting in the news. Some people are living it. Some people are in the war zone. And so, like on a grander scale, we gotta learn to face uncomfortable situations. Like no one wants to think about this. It'd be nice if we just didn't have to have the war. So we got the world wars and we got the personal war. So everyone has their own personal battle, because we're out here on Earth, living in nature, and all that good stuff. So that's why I try to put it all in perspective, because I'm gonna tell you straight up is I think I've been fighting depression for a very long time, and my self discipline is trying to find joy and happiness. And so when I go to work, for example, what I do for a living is I'm not just selling ice cream and pizza. I'm selling the moment of joy and happiness that you get with the transaction. So that's what, I'm doing to solve my problems. I'm trying to stay happy in a good way, not in a delusional way, about simple basic things, Very simple basic magic is just, in the moment, as you go through your whole day, find the fun in your life. Like, don't get too crazy with the fun, don't horse around too much at work. But, like, as far as having to go out and find a job, what I did is I found something I think is fun to do and something that I can find enjoyment in, and that's where, I stand out. And some people appreciate that and some people don't. And so I'm really kind of honored that the woman with the ice cream shop, she does appreciate that about me, and she did give me a raise. But for example, like I worked for another person, he has like a gift shop with ice cream and all that stuff. I always felt that I always did what was needed. I was ready to hop to my feet for the guest, and a lot of the things that I put into my work is into my conversation. And when the customers are gone, what do I need to stock? What do I need to clean? Well, there were a lot of days I went into work and I busted out, sweating all over the place, leaving limping, fucking limping out the door. I'm so exhausted. I've put in some work where I bust my ass. Nobody ever seemed to notice. But when it started dying down and there was no customers, I'd be, just sitting around, between rushes, maybe finish up something, take a break on my ass, work on something else, and trying to find stuff to do. And some of the stuff I do, people don't notice because it's like, cleaning the stuff off the walls, cleaning the stuff out from under the tables, cleaning the bathrooms. People don't see me do this, but this boss busted me sitting down a few times and accused me of just never working. Like, all you do is sit here and you never work. Right? So he didn't realize it. I've actually busted my ass quite a number of times, and when it started to get slow, actually the other employers were like, please don't do that, let me do it. So they were asking me not to work so they could do the work and not get caught sitting around either, right? They probably know how he is. But yeah, so so to be honest, I really wish I could quit working for other people, because of course, I think it's a good idea to work for other people to learn a business, but then later on in life, I feel like I want to create my own business. Now, if I didn't need the money, I probably wouldn't go to these jobs. So I'm kind of glad I do go to the jobs. They provide valuable experience and whatnot, but at the same time, if I had all the time I needed and all the money I needed, I would be working on my music project by now, and some of the other stuff I need to work on, so there's a number of things I'd like to list off here, like again, I want to go back to my physical training and train harder, get my body back to shape, continue the martial arts training. I want to continue making videos, sharing the unfoldment of my projects, and so there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do, and I can't do them all at once, so it's like I gotta so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make music my very next thing, trying to save my energy and just be like, so like I don't want to hook up the internet here yet and stuff like that. I've always got Spectrum knocking on my door and sending me shit in the mail. It's like I keep telling them no, not yet. So once I get to the end of spring, I'm gonna contact the landlord and I'm gonna let them make arrangements with me so we can either one of two things. If we could refurbish the house and keep me here, then we'll do it here. So it really depends on like my financial situation, what I think I can do. But there's a big part of me that really wants to go to Denver for my mental health, because I feel like I really need to be close to somebody that I trust. And like if I'm having a problem health-wise, there's somebody around me. If I end up in a hospital, I haven't ever needed to go to the hospital, but I'm just like, oh man, what if I end up in the hospital? What if this and that? there's nobody here to help me, you know, with transportation or to make sure the house is locked up and things like this. So there's really nobody here to look out for me. So that's where, you know, I'm also very indecisive. So that's where I'm like kind of living in limbo. And this is where part of my what I'm doing for my mental health is I'm making the videos. I'm trying to stay in touch with people, stay focused on you know, once we get this all together, then we're gonna set up and make music. And so I've been waiting for a long time to be able to just seriously focus on music and take it what you call to the professional level. Because I sit here and I doodle and you know, I sing all the time, by the way. I can drum, you know, but as far as like making stuff that like I want to record and actually make, you know, get it out there, get it you know, get it on like the pharmacy radio and make I don't know, take it to the professional level. That's what I'm saying. So it's not going to happen in this house unless that's the limo thing comes together. So that's again is a scary thing for me, because if I get the vehicle, then I'm going to be in debt. I'll be paying off of this vehicle, and I absolutely need the business plan to work. Now, if the business plan worked, that would pay for the vehicle very quickly. I would have very little to worry about with my finances. So, but if something bad happens, like, you know, I get my limo on the road and I have an accident right away, it might really suck, you know, trying to find a way to pay off this vehicle. So it's a very risky idea. It could be done, like if I just had like a few more $1,000 maybe, you know, like I'm just like a few $1,000s away from a decision, you know. So it's really not a lot of money in the long run, but when you're just making like, so in order for me to have a place to live while I'm waiting to get to Denver, I have to pay rent and all this stuff. And so it kind of slowing me down on saving money. So what I have to do is just sort of work as much as I can physically tolerate. That's the only thing I can do. So that's what I've set myself up to do, is just go as much as I can and stay steady. So slow and steady wins the race, but I'm kind of going at a moderate pace, or we're not racing too quickly. But that's what I wanted to share today is yeah, just this is the Jody journey, where it's stuck at. It's like we're just sort of like, it's like the Jody journey is stuck here in Kalispell. But I would like to continue making videos just to share different things that I've mentioned. Of course, no more goose videos because my goose died. God damn it. But I still have my photo album to go through. I still have my visions to go through. I want to talk more about martial arts, and then just stuff in general. Maybe I'll just do more, this is my life, this is what's going on. Like, I'm not really sharing a subject other than this is like, I used to watch reality TV and be like, that's not reality, this is reality. Here's reality. You see somebody sitting in front of a TV for a half an hour eating popcorn. So this is reality, man. This is what it's like talking to a real person with real problems. So anyways, part of my plan is to stay in touch on YouTube. So let me know if you're watching my videos. I'm making these for my friends, so that way I don't have to make 20 phone calls, you know, and clog up the phone lines. Just watch my videos, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye now.